What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you all are having a great day. It's Thirsty Thursday. The weekend is almost here, and week number one of the off season is getting closer and closer to being in the books, which gets us a week closer to the beginning of the NFL season. And we are just 2 weeks away from the combine starting. And I'm sorry, I'm distracted a little bit. It's crazy to me because 2 days ago I was sitting out here with a heavy winter coat on, and you guys are watching people skidding out going up and down the road here. And today it hit 56. Literally, I went over this morning and shoveled some snow out of the driveway for my sister-in-law. I shoveled snow this morning, and look, it's all gone. And look at it. Look over here. Wait, or actually, I can flip it. This. Look at that. Look at the skies. Look, isn't that beautiful? The colors and everything else. Of course, there's the cemetery. My buddies over there, my neighbors that are nice and quiet. But the sun is going down. It's beginning to feel like, almost feels a little bit like spring. So much. I mean, I realize I'm old, man. I'm old because I've gotten so I enjoy just sitting out in the evening watching the sunset on the front porch. Now, I ain't got much of a yard out here to tell people to get off my lawn. It's literally like that far to the street. So typically nobody's on my lawn right there, so I don't have to yell at them. But I'm sitting here and thinking about this team. We had Stephen Jones join the program here earlier, talking about the ticking time bomb that is the Eagles. The reason why the Eagles were able to do what they did was being creative with the cap. They basically have added, and the Cowboys are beginning to do this too. You may not recognize it yet, but the difference between Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts' contract right now, everybody's talking about how, Dak Prescott's contract is 89, Jalen Hurts is like 22 or something like that. And the difference is Dak Prescott's contract drops each year, and we have room with voidable years up to 2032. It's only 2025. So there's 7 years of time that you can use to spread out that money. And more than likely, this is probably Dak Prescott's last contract. So you do have ways of using and getting that money if you want to. If you look at what the Eagles have, and the difference being is, right now, money that the Cowboys have in voidable years is $60 million, which is about ninth. The Eagles have $390 million, which makes sense because they've spent almost twice what the Cowboys have in contracts with free agents. And it's worked really, really well for them. So from that standpoint, you can say that the Cowboys have a lot of room. Mike Fisher, Jeff Kavanaugh, have pointed out over and over and over again how we could easily get to $100 million, which would change that $60 million that we probably have into about $160, which the Joneses seem to be risk adverse to. But by comparison, the Eagles having that 390, and if you got to 160, at some point those bills will come due. Now, I love it when you point out something like this. People automatically try and find ways to tell you that you're stupid and that it doesn't mean anything. Because as I said, by another 4 years, the salary cap will be up, another $50 or $60 million. Actually, it'll probably be up quite a bit more than that. It'll probably be up about another $100 million. But here's the thing that you also have to take into account. As the salary cap goes up, so does the salaries. See, it's like this. Let's say you go to Northern Virginia and you get yourself a colonial house that's about 3,000 square foot. Depending on where in Northern Virginia it is, if it's in Fairfax County or Arlington County or Alexandria, it could be somewhere between $800,000 to $2 million, or maybe even more than that. Talking about McLean, right? You could take that same house and put it in, say, Birmingham, Alabama, and it might only be $350,000. It's all relative to it, because if you're in Washington, D.C. working, you're making a lot more money in Washington, D.C. than you are, say, in Birmingham, Alabama. But it's probably about the same percentages. So yes, the salary cap will go up, but when you think back to when Carson Wentz, was Carson Wentz, maybe he wasn't, but when Russell Wilson was the highest paid, or Aaron Rodgers was the highest paid, or when Kirk Cousins was the highest paid at 28, or Jimmy G, bam, that shit just scared the fuck out of me. Sounded like a machine gun. Brrr. The hell? The fuck is going on around here? That when even Drew Brees, when he became the highest paid, the percentage of the cap was still rather high. And so that's what you have to understand, that yes, the salary cap will continue to go up. Early projections before we had COVID was talking about by 2027 that the salary cap would be around $400 million. But then they had the 2 years of COVID money that went down the toilet, so that slowed it down. But we'll probably not be far from that, because the early projections of the salary cap would be somewhere between 265 and 270. I'm betting right here and right now that the salary cap will go up more than what they're anticipating. I'm betting that it'll actually go up to over 280. I'm going to say 283, okay? Right here, sitting out front after the sun went down, I'm going to say that salary cap goes up to about $283 million, if not more than that. There are so many different ways that the NFL is getting money, and I'm going to say gambling alone is insane. Everybody's got a gambling app, from ESPN to BetUS and MGM and all that. And more states are allowing gambling through your phone on the internet. And so that's one source that's going up. And the NFL is literally doing pay-per-view now. They are hitting almost every internet provider that they can to stream games. And they're looking for new markets, because you remember Brazil, yeah, we had the game in Brazil. We got a game in Australia, mate. The land down under. Yeah. So I think they're being conservative on what the salary cap's going to be. But here's the bottom line. Cowboy fans are tired. CeeDee Lamb was 100% right. Right now, the Eagle fans are passionate because they've been seeing their team win. We have been disappointed on top of being disappointed on top of being disappointed. And until something really good happens for the Cowboys, other than just signing their own players, and I'm going to say signing Micah Parsons isn't enough. It would be great to see Micah Parsons sign, right here before the league year started, so that way they have some more cash. But that's not really going to move the needle. The Cowboys are going to need to use those triggers and get themselves some money and do some things. Now, the Cowboys are in a better position than they've been in a long time. Typically right now, the Cowboys are hard at work because they're in the process of restructuring guys just to get to zero, just to get below the salary cap. They'll restructure Zach Martin and Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott and Tank Lawrence, get a little bit of money, and now we're back at zero, but not have enough money to do anything. Cowboys do those restructurings, they've already got money. They can have a lot more to spend. And it's time for the Joneses to do just that. Alrighty, good people. It is actually getting a little chilly now that the sun has gone down. But it's nice to see all that snow is gone, and to realize that we're in the middle of February. Next month starts warming up. Yeah, can't wait. Have a good day, people. Uh-oh. That's the ambulance. kind of pulled off on the side of the road by the cemetery. I don't think anybody would call 911 at the cemetery. I think they're beyond help from those guys. Okay. Hell if I know. You tell me. Peace.